Now I told you I used something on these, the stones, just as a grout in between, and the initial thing I used was just regular cheap mortar, masonry mortar. That did not work. Don't ever try to use something like that to put grout between your stones outside. And most of the time, most people don't even put grout between their stones like that. Newsflash, most landscapers, they would highly suggest and recommend that you don't do this. What you're supposed to do is put sand in between it, pea gravel, or decomposed granite. They had nice decomposed granite between all these stones when it was installed 20 years ago. But see, you notice that not everything's flat on it. Here, this all angles down, and after the years, what happens is everything wants to slide. Lots of these stones were slid out of place. The landscaper comes along here and he blows everything after he trims and stuff, and after your leaves fall and stuff, it gets in between here, and then it builds up, and then you start getting some dirt in there, and then you start getting some weeds in there, and you start getting squirrels trying to hide their nuts in there, and you get the quails come around here and they scratch there. You can imagine how this can look 20 years later down the road if you have decomposed granite in there. So I thought, nothing doing. I don't want to have to go through this again. I spent a long time taking these all out, cleaning all the old stuff around there, cleaning all the dirt out of the joints, because dirt starts building up between the joints too, you know, from your landscaped areas and your leaves and all that kind of stuff. After years of this settling and having it slide, you get your water here, and that pushes it down, and your gaps get bigger. It just looked awful before I started. And see here we've got another slope here. This is mainly flat right here, but then you've got this slope here. See, all these were slid down, so all the joints here were tight. The ones up here were big, and then you've got roots from your trees that go in here. From this tree went down in here, this tree went down in here, and these other bushes and all kinds of stuff start going up into here, and then you make holes underneath there, and then you make little areas where this clumps down and falls down and stuff, and then the gaps get bigger and all that kind of stuff. I thought, nothing doing. I'm not going to go through that again. I want to put some sort of concrete in between there. And I was talking to my brother about it, and I was talking to somebody else, and they were laughing at me like, that's never going to work. You put this stuff up, especially in a winter area where you get snow, you get any little bit of water under here. When you get a snowfall and you get the water there, and the water goes down in there, and then it gets too cold, and that water freezes, that expands, and it actually breaks your grout lines even further apart. And I thought, okay, well, that sort of makes sense too, but what am I going to do? But I ended up trying to use the masonry mortar stuff, and that just didn't really work. I started over there, and by the time I got over to here, I did that a couple days, and then the next day it was all dry and it was cracked and stuff, and I ended up tearing it all out. I pulled it all up. I got it all on video. You can find it on my channel. And interestingly enough, when you go to my channel, I have so many videos. You may think, hey, I can't find anything. This guy's got so many videos, it's ridiculous. Well, you go to my main channel page, click on playlists, and then you can scroll through all the playlists that I've created, which have my videos underneath each playlist. Anything on my channel will be underneath a playlist probably. And then you can go to that playlist, click on there, and scroll through, you know, quite a few videos still, but not over, you know, as many as I got on my channel. Right now I got, I don't know, 1,600. And by the time you see this, I'll probably have over 2,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Everything there to save you money around the house on your how-to projects and repairs. And other things too, but mainly that. And when I come into problems and issues, I make a video of it, especially even on these stairs. I screwed up on the stairs. It's like this. I'm making a video of it. I'll put it on there. I'll post and show you what I do to fix it. Well, anyways, back to this. This masonry mortar was like $6 a bag. I think this was a 60-pound bag. And that was $5-6. And then I went to the store and I thought, there's got to be something else. This is what I used on this patio rapid set, and I got it from my favorite hardware store. What do you think that is? The Home Depot. Yeah, that's it. I go to other stores too, but the Home Depot, I mainly go there. And I got this stuff. It's called Rapid Set Cement All multi-purpose repair material and non-shrink grout. Here, it's high strength, very fast setting, durable, non-shrink, hardens underwater even. Interior and exterior. And see here, here's concrete repair, underlayment, anchoring, industrial grouting, casting. And I'm gonna mix up a little bit of that. I've got some in another bag, and I'm gonna maybe put a little bit on that. I don't know if it's gonna work because it still has some sand in it. If you get sand in a material, you're not going to be able to feather edge it and taper it down to hardly anything. But you know, since I'm going over the edges, it's still built up. You know, what is that, 1/16 of an inch? So it's still built up a 1/16 of an inch, so that I could put it, so that I could then put it on the front edge too. And I'm gonna try it as a test to see if I can use that stuff. Maybe I can. And if it sticks, I'll try it. But if it doesn't, I'll have to go to the store and check. And I don't know. I just don't know. I know for a fact if I go to Home Depot and talk to them, they're gonna hem-haw around about it, and they're not gonna be any smarter than I am about what material to use on these stairs. You know, if they've got all kinds of concrete materials, they got all kinds of underlayment and different things for underneath installing tile. You go over to the tile department, talk to somebody at the tile department. He's probably not going to know either, because in fact I talked to him about the stuff that I used, and I don't think I have a bag of it. I might have it in the garage. It was the thin set that I used for this, and it was like 35 bucks a bag for the thin set, when most of the time thin set cost $5-6 a bag, because it was supposed to stretch, it was supposed to be more durable and everything. And I figured, hey, I'll use it. These are wood steps. If you use it inside, you're generally installing it on a wood floor or something, thin set, and or hardy board or anything like that. Also concrete. Well, this isn't concrete, is it? And so I thought it would stick on there. Well, it didn't. And so maybe I'll try this. This cement all was, I don't know, $12 to $15 a bag, as opposed to $5 a bag for regular concrete or mortar. And maybe they have regular cement mortar, but that's again, that has sand in it. This has a little bit of sand in it, but maybe not as much as regular concrete mortar. And maybe that'll stick on there. You know, it says multi-purpose repair material and non-shrink grout. They're calling it grout. Fast, strong, durable. Even dries in 1 hour. And I'll do it as a test to see. But first and foremost, I've got to get this stuff off. And you know, if you run into something like this, and if you're not sure, I would recommend going down, and maybe Home Depot's not going to know, maybe Ace is not going to know, maybe Lowe's is not going to know per se. You may have to go to some place that sells actual tile, like a commercial tile company, or a place that just sells tile. You know, there's a couple places out there where you can go to just buy tile, let's say, and then they usually have different types of thin sets and grout and all kinds of stuff to install tile. Well, maybe they have something that will go on here, you know. And I might actually do that, but because I'm out here by myself, because I have some of this material, because I'm kind of set up to just put some on a step, I'm going to do that as a test just to see how it looks. And maybe I can get by with that for this next winter. Well, it's mid-August, and you know, it's not going to be snowy here until December, but the weather's going to change. Mark my words, it will change in a few more months. So I got to get busy to get her done. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.